Hi, this is a late night update on Tropical Storm Imelda, or Tropical Depression Imelda, and the rain event that is associated with the system. We're not going to, do all this trivial stuff of like, look at the Atlantic. This is purely Southeast Texas, and that's why I only have two tabs open, because we have the infrared loop and the radar. So what has happened? Well, we have a very powerful convective band, a pseudo band, not really a very band-like structure. You just have very powerful convection, and you can see that on the infrared satellite loop. You can see very extremely cold cloud tops have formed over southeast Texas, just north and east of the Galveston Bay, and you can see these cloud tops are insanely powerful, negative 80 to negative 90 cloud tops in some cases, and this is exceptional, and you can see that is reflected in the rain that you are seeing here. We have reports of incredible rain totals, and you can see here on the scale already almost 30 inches of rain has fallen over this area just south of Highway 10. You see Highway 10, Beaumont is right in here, and you've got Highway 59, and then Highway 69 goes somewhere through here, and you can see this very large area of 6+ inches of rain, and this band is back building. If you look at the radar loop for this band, you can see that it is starting to intensify as it moves further, kind of back building towards the west. And you can see this is kind of the main structure of the band right in here, this area on Highway 10. This is gradually building back to the west. And you can see this inflow channel here that is going directly into the banding. And this is partially due to where Imelda's circulation is. Its surface circulation is a little further to the north, and you can see that kind of being reflected here on this other little inflow jet that's going into the main circulation. And you can see most of the flow out of this is largely to the north or out of the north and west. And you can see here that the flow is largely out of the south-southeast. And so this is a significant convergence zone, and it's not as strong further west, but it is getting stronger further to the west as the kind of pressure gradient here continues to fall, and so that leads to a more linear banding signature that's here. And you can see that rain is starting to fill out this area in Liberty County and Jefferson County, and now even starting to stretch into Harris and Montgomery counties. And this is a very serious situation because the rainfall rates in these storms are on the uptick. And you can see that now in Montgomery County, in southern Montgomery County, you can see the rainfall rate is now at a 1.5 inch an hour uptick. And you can see that 3 inches an hour is falling in some cases near Highway 10 in Jefferson County. And the rainfall rate near Beaumont has decreased. However, the overall total of rain that has fallen in Beaumont is closing in on 20 inches of rain. And this is approaching catastrophic levels of flooding. And you can see along Highway, I believe this is Highway 59. I'll double check that just so I don't get it wrong for the people. Highway 90 near Beaumont. Sorry, I made an error earlier on. Highway 59, I think, is near Houston. But on Highway 90 in areas like China and Nome, Texas, it's impassable. If you look at the Google traffic maps, there's only red all along this area. And that is due to the fact that almost 20, and in some cases 20 inches of rain have fallen over this area. And this is, keep in mind, this is very low resolution radar. So who's to say that the rainfall totals in some of these areas are even higher in some cases? And so you're having this just horrendous rain event that's happening across Highway 10 on the coastal highways, and just north of the coastal highways. And now it's setting up near the Highway 90 corridor that is north of downtown Houston. This band is going to continue to build back towards the west. And you can see the convection is starting to fill in here. Again, I'm going to play the loop. And you can see the convection is starting, the rain is starting to fill in. Come on. Across this area. And this is happening pretty fast. This is only in the past couple of hours. And you can see how fast this rain builds backwards. And the rainfall rates in these storms are not a joke. And they will only continue to get worse because of how much moisture is being associated with these storms. And I talked about this in earlier videos. The precipitable water values in that Imelda was bringing ashore were approaching 3 inches, and that's a significant moisture column. And I mean, this is an extremely moist environment right now. And so there's really nothing stopping this from continuing to develop. And unfortunately, this is happening in the middle of the night, and we don't have a whole lot of people that are awake right now. And it is very unfortunate. So I'm really trying to get this information out to you as fast as I can. And this is extremely unfortunate what is happening right now. This is reminiscent of what happened overnight in Beaumont and in Port Arthur during Harvey, where the mid-level circulation reformed over the Beaumont area and just started dropping this horrific amount of rain, and ultimately got that area to about 60 inches of rain. And this is similar. This is not the same thing, but this is similar, and the circumstances are very similar. You're having, an extreme amount of rain falling overnight in this area, and a lot of people have kind of let their guard down in the Houston area because they have not gotten that much rain. But if you are a little further to the east, you're going to be experiencing these, biblical rainfall totals. And now even Harris County could be experiencing some of this. You can see the band is starting to work its way into northeastern Harris County, and this is going to continue to move west. I know I said that earlier, but this is very true. You can see the band is already starting to propagate further to the west, and this could make it all the way to downtown Houston. And you can kind of see the pre-existing sort of storms that are more surface-based that are already well past that longitude. And you can see the Woodlands is starting to experience some of this rain. And keep in mind that you have already experienced several inches of rain in these areas. Southeastern Harris County has experienced 9 inches of rain already. I've looked at some of the flood gauges there, and they're decently high. And, northeastern Harris County has experienced quite a bit of rain, and southeastern Montgomery County has experienced quite a bit of rain, up to 6 inches and up to even 8 inches in some areas. And, this is not a joke. You've already experienced this much rain, and now the worst of the rain is starting to happen in some areas. And this is not what you want to see. Intense thunderstorms developing along a line of an area that has already experienced significant rain. You can even see storms are starting to build west of Highway 45. And this is not good. So you need to be sure to take every single possible precaution if you live in this general area in Harris County and in Montgomery County and Liberty County and Jefferson County and even, this county here that is south and west of Jefferson County. I don't quite know the counties here that well. And this area is under a flash flood watch, and I would not be surprised if the flash flood emergency warning comes out tonight, and if it hasn't already, and at the time of me recording this video. But you need to be very, very sure that you are ready for a flood. And this is the most dangerous time for something like this to happen. It is night, you cannot see, not a lot of people are out, there's, less clear areas of escape, and rescues typically don't occur as often at this time, and because it's nighttime, and you just be very, very prepared, and there's not enough that you can do to prepare for this, and not enough that you can do to you can be extremely cautious about this, because this is just catastrophic rain that is falling over here, and just be ready. And that's all for tonight. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.